Thank you all so much for coming here tonight to mark World Refugee Day 2014 with the Kennedy Center and the UNHCR, the United Nations Refugee Agency. It means so much for you all to be here. It is a sign to refugees everywhere that they are not forgotten. Every 4 seconds, somewhere in the world, someone is forced to flee. War and persecution have forced more than 50 million people to flee their homes. This tragic number keeps growing, and that is why it is so important to remind ourselves what the numbers truly mean. Behind every figure is a child, a woman, a man, a son, a mother, a grandparent, somebody's loved ones. It is the most urgent story of our time. Nowhere is this tragedy more apparent today than with the Syria crisis, which has forced almost 3 million people to flee and become refugees in neighboring Lebanon, Jordan, and elsewhere. UNHCR is on the front lines responding to humanitarian crises worldwide, including in the Syria region. In my travels to Jordan with the UNHCR earlier this year, I met so many wonderful and brave people, families whose futures are so uncertain, who, with war raging around them in Syria, chose the only thing that would keep them from harm, which was to flee. So many things stood out to me, but none more so than the role women play in the safety and care of their families. There were no overt heroics, just women cooking for their children, mending holes in clothing, cradling babies, caring for their husbands, doing what they might be doing where they're in their own homes. No overt heroics, but when your world is crumbling around you, when your foundation is rocked to the core, finding the resolve to seek safety and to keep on carrying on for the sake of your children, for the safety of your family, shows the extraordinary strength and resilience of these people. For these women in the most dire of circumstances, maintaining these small moments, these everyday routines, is truly heroic. No one chooses to be a refugee, but the choice in Syria, the Central African Republic, Afghanistan, and elsewhere is often stark. When the fighting gets so bad that you can either stay and risk death or leave and choose life, UNHCR helps these women I've described and their families. All other millions worldwide who have lost their homes and the futures they had always imagined for themselves. And that is why we are all here tonight, to reaffirm that one family torn apart by war is too many. The American people and government are one of the most generous donors to the UNHCR's humanitarian work in Syria and worldwide. It makes me proud as an American and a UNHCR supporter to say this and to thank you all for your concern and your support. We are about to see and hear from some amazing young women, some of them fresh from their own unique refugee experiences from Cambodia, Congo, and places in between. And while we will enjoy the talents of these miraculous young women, to them, I want to say that each of you holds a promise. You are here with us now, having gone through a grueling journey, and now you have the opportunity to make manifest the glory and power that is within you. Inside each and every one of you, you have the opportunity to realize your true potential. Performing for us today might be a brilliant professor, a great architect, the next big TV star, or even the person who holds the cure for cancer. This is your promise, your potential, and you have come to a place where you can realize that promise and that potential. You have come to a place where we are all different, and yet, we are all the same. You've come to a place where differences are celebrated, not a cause for oppression. When I look at you all out here, and to my girls on the stage, I see greatness. I see greatness in all the things you have and all the great things you all will do. To everyone here today, here to support these young women and others like them, I urge you to get involved today on World Refugee Day by finding out more by finding out more about the work of UNHCR. One way you can do that is by visiting their World Refugee Day website, stories.unhcr.org. You can find my story, my journey there, along with many others from Jordan. There are also refugee stories from many other celebrities, journalists, aid workers, and most importantly, the refugees themselves. And you can share your own story if you wish. The fantastic young women we're about to see represent the rich history of the U.S. Refugee Resettlement Program. This is an amazing partnership between the government, nonprofit agencies, and local communities, which has welcomed over 3 million refugees into their homes. Tonight we get to see and hear from just a few of those refugees, and I have no doubt that we are all going to be very moved. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the Pihcintu Multicultural Chorus.
Hello, everyone. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all for being here today and to celebrate the World Refugee Day. I am originally a refugee from Darfur, Sudan, and my country, as we're speaking right now, is still going on a genocide. A lot of people usually remember the bad stuff that happens in Darfur and oftentimes forget the beauty of my country. So today, I'll be sharing with you a poem that I wrote so that people can remember the beauty of Sudan. This poem is called My Home. My home, my homeland, my country, my love. Surrounded by beauty, that's where I remember the beauty of its people. I remember it like it is happening right now, the kindness that my people carried. I remember it like it is happening right now, the warmness of my people's heart. I remember warm rain and green grass, but I forgot everything else. I remember all our promises to each other and how I said, I will never ever forget you, no matter where I would go in the world, because my blood is yours. I remember warm rain and green grass, but I forget everything else. All I remember is your beauty, my love. Thank you.
you just believe there's no we can fall. Oh, let us realize that change can only come when we stand together as one. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own lives. This you will make a brighter day, just you and me. We all need somebody that we can lean on. When you wake up, look around, see that the dream is gone. When the earth quakes, we hope we make it through the storm. When a floor makes a magic carpet to stand on. We are the world united by love.